The Vanishing Half, a novel. By BRIT BENNETT. Book summary. The Vanishing Half amplifies the trope of the tragic mulatto, a self-loathing mixed-race American, by sharing the dilemma of passing with identical twin characters, Stella and Desiree. In 1950s America, the teenagers disappear from Mallard, a fictional small, racially homogeneous and snobbish colored town in Louisiana, and embark on lives marked by opposing trajectories. The novel opens with Desiree, now in her 20s, returning with a dark-skinned child, Jude, in tow, setting townsfolk tongues wagging over how something that black could have come out of Desiree. Stella doesn't come back. She, it's subsequently revealed, has managed to blend into suburban Los Angeles, having married Blake, a white man unsuspecting of her phenotype. It wasn't just the boredom of a stultifying town that propelled the twins' departure, there was also the tragedy of their father to contend with. Desiree recalls he had skin so light that, on a cold morning, she could turn over his arm to see the blue of his veins. But none of that mattered when the white men came for him. The foreshadowing barely prepares you for the shock of the young girls witnessing their father's casual murder by racists jealous of his entrepreneurship. When the teenage sisters first flee Mallard, they end up in New Orleans, their lives their take on a note of desperation, with echoes of Tennessee Williams's A Streetcar Named Desire. Barely able to pay the rent on their ramshackle accommodation, they are temporarily dependent on the kindness of strangers. Desiree is the more pragmatic. Her twin mirrors Blanche Dubois in her pretensions, before transitioning to white, when she starts dating Blake and moves to LA. The omniscient authorial voice is gentle and compassionate in a tale that inverts and confounds expectations. The extrovert Desiree is also a hummingbird who returns to her sleepy hometown. Her shy sister turns out to be more adventurous and sheds her family as easily as a snake shedding its skin. Though Stella comes to feel a secret transgression was even more thrilling than a shared one, she lives on Amber Alert in fear of her fabricated story unraveling. Bennett ably shows the superficiality of suburban civility. Come crunch time, the attitude of the comfortable residents of upper-middle-class Brentwood, LA, is little different from Louisiana bigotry. When an upwardly mobile African-American family moves into a house opposite Stella, she takes tentative steps towards establishing a friendship, but other neighbors greet them with bricks through their windows and feces on their doorstep. A decade later, propelled by coincidences, the twins' teenage children, Jude, dark-skinned, bookish caterer, and Kennedy, golden-haired, sports car-driving hedonist, meet at a cocktail party, and, though ignorant of each other, piece together the puzzle of their mother's relationship. They, too, are challenged by notions of true identity. Jude, who understands the impulse to transform oneself having failed to lighten her skin, is enthralled by Reese, her boyfriend, who's transitioning from woman to man, and Kennedy, crossing the color line herself, comes to realize that loving a black man France only made her feel wider than before.